everyone, welcome to the Weekly Word. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about what it looks like to stretch our minds, stretch our bodies, and stretch our faith. And I think a really good example of what it looks like to stretch our minds is fooling around with a Rubik's Cube. Now, if you've ever picked one of these up, you know that it can be really difficult to try to solve. Like, you set out saying, oh yeah, I can do that. But eventually, along the way, as you're trying to solve this Rubik's Cube, you might feel like you've failed sometimes, or maybe like you've come up short. Whether that's like, you can't seem to get this blue over to this other side where all the other blues are, or maybe like me, sometimes you get really upset and you just like mix a thing up and throw it all over the place. Sometimes on your journey of trying to solve this Rubik's Cube, stretching your mind, you can feel like you came up short or like you failed. And in those moments, it's very easy just to set the Rubik's Cube down and go do something else, or maybe get distracted, or even just lose hope in ourselves in solving this thing. Well, in the same way, I feel like our faith journey and stretching our faith muscles kind of can be like that sometimes. We may feel that way. Whether we're pushing so hard and we feel like we're doing so well or trying so hard in our faith journey that we eventually maybe burn out or lose the point and find ourselves in a difficult sort of situation. Or maybe we really haven't done a whole lot. We've really relaxed and taken it easy, and our faith muscle kind of lost its stretch. So that when we do try to push it, or we do try to do anything, we question, how am I not in that situation that I was before? How am I not feeling the same way that I was towards God like a week ago? Like, what happened? And either way, at either extreme, the question is, how have I come up short? Why am I in the situation I'm at now? Why do I feel weak? And how do I press on? Or do I? And the truth is that failure doesn't have the last word. God chooses to work through our weaknesses to make great things happen, to continue to grow and stretch us. And the Apostle Paul knew this really well. In his epistle to the church in Corinth, he wrote this in 2 Corinthians. In chapter 12, starting in verse 8, he said, I pleaded with the Lord 3 times for it to leave me alone, this thorn that he felt in his side, like a weakness. He said to me, my grace is enough for you, because power is made perfect in weakness. So I'll gladly spend my time bragging about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power can rest on me. Therefore, I'm all right with weaknesses, insults, disasters, harassments, and stressful situations for the sake of Christ. Because when I'm weak, then I'm strong. It's so true that God chooses to work through our weaknesses and through our low moments when we feel like our muscles need to stretch to make great and beautiful things happen. That means that when we do feel like our muscles are worn out, or like we're at the end of a road where we can't figure out this Rubik's Cube, this like spiritual Rubik's Cube, the truth is that God is still at work and still moving, and we don't need to lose hope. We can have hope in the fact that in those moments, God meets us there, that we continue stretching, continue growing, and meet God in that place. Paul knew it, and we can know that today too. Our hope is that failure does not have the last word.